Traders, what up? Episode 1. Why not? Let's talk about AGRX. First of all, I just want to introduce myself. Brief introduction. Definitely one of these episodes will introduce my background, just overall what my goals are. But right now, I just want to talk about AGRX. This ticker came up in my scanning. Once again, I use TD Ameritrade. If you haven't followed me, follow me on Twitter, Lightning Trades at Lightning Trade 2, or Instagram with the same name, Lightning Trade 2. I just primarily just post up opinions and thoughts, nothing set in stone for you to take my trades, just putting some ideas out there and some notes for me to just look back upon. So AGRX, and the reason why this stock started spiking a bit is it's a pharmaceutical company. The FDA had not approved something on their end, two unsuccessful attempts, according to Benzinga, and I guess the third one really popped it in and got a reaction. This chart right here is a 5-minute chart. I'm talking about 2 days back. Currently, today is the 6th. This is the 4th chart. I put a resistance level of 189, obviously the daily high, and then I put a support level of 165. Looking at this chart on 11/4, I was aiming to test the $2 mark, and if the $2 mark was hit, either rejected, bring it back down to the 189 or 165 level, or surpass that, which it did, and reach another $0.50 range, either the 250 level. But in this case, it hit the 235 level. We got a doji right here, red doji right here, cautionary signal, and just consolidated throughout the day. And right before market close, sorry, someone trying to call me over here. Right before market close, it broke past that 235 level, and post market was hitting up to the 270s. So it started going bonkers. Obviously, getting attention from a lot of traders. From there, we go on to the third day, hit the 327 level. At this point, I'm not making any trades, just checking this stock out, this ticker out, seeing how it's responding, and opens up at the 279 level, and basically just dips below the VWAP level. VWAP, volume weighted average price. I tend to use this a lot just to check it out. If it breaks above this, definitely I'll show you later on in other episodes or videos on how I use this. But just talking about AGRX right now, dipped below the VWAP and stayed under. So just to get the bigger picture, once again, that was a 5-minute chart. I like to use 5-minute, 1 minute on a 5-day, and just to get the bigger picture, I'll go extreme to a 2-year weekly chart just to see how the ticker's been acting. So let's just get the bigger picture as of right now. So this is a 2-year weekly chart. We got last week trading at a pretty good volume compared to the other weeks. We got big volume here. When I see big volume in comparison to this, I try to check major price points on here. So let's just say this one was 73 million. We got 90 million. We got 66 million. We got 106 million here, and then 94 million. So I check these out. I tend to check these out, see what important price points. So this is like the dollar level. The high over here is 110. The high over here is 130. So I'm not going to use these price points since the ticker's way above that. So once again, when I was talking about, I was using the 189, 165, and then when it shot up to 235 the day after, I used that as a price point as well. And if you notice, if you go all the way to the left, and if I extend this to the left, this was tested over here, not necessarily hitting the actual resistance level right here. So if you check this ticker, which hardly had any volume for that week, you could only imagine 569,000 for the week. The low on this is 240, and then we got this following week, which was the low of 244. Still hardly any volume. We always want to be looking for volume to get in and out of the trade as easy as possible. Another phone call. Sorry about that. And so we'll take this ticker, this weekly ticker, and then the high was 297. 297. So let's put something right here. Let's do this right here. Let's from 297, and then we'll extend this to the left. And then look at that. So it hit a high of 297 today. And was it today or was it yesterday? Let's see. Yeah, 297 today, because okay, this right here is today. Yesterday, these are post-market and pre-market. Pre-market and post-market. So this was the actual initial day that I started checking it out. The following day, and then this is the third day. So on the third day, high of 297. Let's go back to the yearly chart. And if we look across, we got resistance being tested back in 2017. Yes, 2017. So we got tickers lining up around this area at the $3 mark. We got one right here hitting a high of 307. And when I'm looking at these tickers, I'm looking up here. So H obviously high, low, close, open. So those are the things that I'm checking out right now as of right now. So look, we got a high at 307. We got a high of 295. We got this ticker coming down and testing the $3 mark with a low of 301. We got a big, strong, red, solid body candlestick and testing it out as well, coming down to a low of $3. So we got a lot of tickers hitting the $3 mark. So this means that it's an important price point, and it definitely hit around that price point today. So as we spoke about pre-market hitting 327, I believe I said 327. So tomorrow, let's see if it's gonna either consolidate or hit up that 330 level. Let's go to the daily chart, and on the daily chart, this is how it looks. There's hardly any volume, so this is what I like to check out. I always like to check out volume. Who's looking at the trade? And as I mentioned on my Instagram video, we have 3 consecutive gappers, 3 consecutive green gappers. So 3 green days, and they were gapping, which is very significant. And let's zoom in real quick. So this was today. It's got a red candle. This candlestick, I'm not much of a fan right here. Why? Because it actually impedes all the way down to the gapping area that happened in the last 2 days. It went down to the 189 level, around this level. So as I mentioned before in my past videos on Insta, that past resistance is current support. So if I was using support here and resistance here, and let's just say the ball goes up to the second level, these tickers now use the past resistance as support. So this candle came back down to 189 and used this 189 that was previous resistance as the new support. Um, so this doji, this I'm not going to call it a doji, but this candlestick has a big wick down here, which means that either the bears were really trying to fight with the bulls. And what I mean by that is that if we check from the high to the low and we determine this real body, this is the real body of the candlestick, and we price point it at where it's at between these two wicks, it's more on the northern part of the actual wick. So in this case, I'll say that the bulls won even though it's a red candle. The bears were trying to win, and when I say the bears are trying to win is that it was pulled the opposite direction up pretty big, because going from 297 to 189, it's almost rather a dollar range. So tomorrow, either consolidating with a doji, hitting a new price point of 327 or 330, or just breaking below the 189 level right here. So I'm just checking it out. No trades tomorrow. And another thing I didn't mention is that this volume. So this volume is not diminishing too much, but yesterday it was 33 million, and today it was 32. Volume's still there actually. So even though it was a red day, the volume is actually still there. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Other than that, any questions, please comment below. Once again, just letting you know, these are just my thoughts and personal opinions. No need to make trades off of these ideas. Thank you and have a good night.